Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to today's Power Boost meditation. United with one. Life offers different challenges, many situations, circumstances, relationships, where we have questions, where we run into a situation where we lose our peace, where we are not very loving with each other, where our manners, our behavior is a cause of provocation for others. And then, of course, all the different worldly situations. What I would like to share with you today, and to boost our energy, to boost the self, empower the self, is an experience that I very value and cherish. It's actually a practice, and therefore then you will have different experiences. Many times we struggle to understand or find something positive in whatever is going on. And even many times we know what to do, we know how we want to be, how we want to interact, but words come out differently at different times in different ways and not necessarily very respectful each time. So how to become positive? One is definitively an appropriate understanding of life situations, of the self and others. But there's also another aspect, even before we are able to fully understand what is really going on, or what's the most appropriate perspective towards life, so that my mind is able to remain calm and still. And that one aspect or practice is the connection with one. There's one being that is always there for me, that is always there for each one of us, especially when it comes to bringing out our goodness, our latent potential of lightness, sweetness, being loving, respectful, kind, generous. Now, all of these qualities we all have, but we are not necessarily always able to enact them. And being with one, connecting with the source of all these qualities, connecting to the source of light, connecting to the source of power, strength, connecting to the one who may know me better than I actually know myself. And that is where it becomes a little bit tricky. I know myself at the physical level, but not necessarily at the spiritual level, the level of consciousness. And so when I come to know myself at the spiritual level, the spiritual dimension, as a being of light, as a being of consciousness, with my innate qualities of, love, kindness, happiness. When I come to know myself at this very subtle dimension, if I remind myself that this is really more than anything or anyone else that I am, so I connect my identity with my potential, basically, and not with all the different physical appearances or labels. And if I do that, I am already, in a way connected to the source, because connecting to my own subtlety, perceiving myself beyond the physical sense perception, understanding, knowing that we are souls who are on a journey, who started out fully happy, completely peaceful, but yeah, we kind of find ourselves at this time in a place where the consistency of these qualities definitively is not present in our lives anymore. And so connecting to myself at this very subtle dimension, at the level of my thoughts, checking my mind, what is going on, and reminding the self that I am, that being of light, that being of goodness. All the qualities that are essential in life, that all of us need, are already within our own consciousness. And perceiving the self at this subtle level, it is not an effort at all. It is very easy to also perceive the source, or even the father of the soul, the one who is the father of all souls, who is the bestower of peace, the bestower of happiness, the remover of sorrow. That being belongs to all of us. And the more we connect to the source, to that being that knows me actually really better than I know myself, and learn to trust, I open myself up to God, the source of love, the ocean of peace, the ocean of kindness, the being that constantly bestows goodness, light in the form of peace, light in the form of pure love. And if we practice that connection, if I have my intellect connected upwardly, I'm exposing myself to the purest energy that exists. No human being can come even close to the qualities, the powers, the purity of of God. And so the more we connect, the more I expose myself and allow myself to be influenced by this powerful, very loving, very sweet, very, joyful energy. And how or what will be the benefits of that in my life? Now, I definitively noticed that how I started out, that we have to face, there are many challenges in life, day by day, but my exposure to the Supreme Being, having my intellect connected to the source, is helping me to actually connect to my own inner goodness. That connection upward reminds me of all the beautiful qualities that are already within us, that we all look for. And so exposing myself to that higher connection, I'm gradually, of course, it does require a little bit of practice, but even more so interest and love for God. And so I bring in a way, I bring in this energy into my own being, activating my own inner and innate goodness. And so in relationship with different people in different situations, I'm more and more reminded to use my specialties, to use my strengths, to use my qualities, it is possible to remain peaceful, to remain loving. I don't have to agree with everything, but we can accept what is and whatever someone is. But let me focus on what is it that I need to do? What is it that I can do? And the best I can do at any given moment is to share one or another of these qualities that make us up as human beings. And peace is definitively a quality that everyone needs, and a quality that is very necessary in life. And of course, then also love and kindness. And respect is something, if we start to be more respectful towards the self, towards each other, then this quality of peace will also be more and more present in our daily experiences. So let us now move into a short meditation. I sit relaxed and I take a moment to be aware about my surrounding, the room, the space I am in. Be aware about the light, the temperature, colors, the objects in your room. This is really just to be mindful and help us to become present in this moment. Then I become consciously aware of my physical body, how I sit in a chair or couch, wherever you sit. Feel your body. And then let us bring the attention to our breath. Feel how you inhale and exhale. I inhale and then again exhale. I start to observe. I become the observer of my own breath. And I start to see how the body just keeps breathing. But I, the living being of consciousness, being of light, I have now become the observer, not only of the breath or the breathing of the body, the observer of my body, the observer of the thoughts of my own mind. It is as if I turn my own mind to look at its own self. So who is the observer? Who is observing? It is not the body, but it is the living being, the soul, the conscious, living, self-aware being. And I, the being, I'm very subtle. I cannot be seen with these physical eyes, but I can understand that I can experience myself. And when I connect to myself in this subtle way, connecting to my spiritual identity, I become aware that peace is within me. Through self-respect, I respect of who I am and what I am. I am this living energy, and I am a peaceful being. This is truly how I started my journey. There's also love, joy, strength, wisdom within me. I'm beautiful, radiant of light. And this light is filled with peace. I am a peaceful soul. And I, the being, belong to the ocean of peace. The one who bestows peace on all of us, who belongs to all of us. And we all belong to the one who is sweeter than anything or any kind of sugar in this world. The one who is always the bestower of happiness, the remover of sorrow, who is always the ocean of love, ocean of strength. As we all belong to that one, if we now also connect to the source, to the Father of the soul, we start to unite in an energy that is more than just positive. We unite, we link ourselves to the source, to the Supreme Being, and we all get influenced by this purest energy. It is like a current that I, the soul, receive from God. From God, the light who dwells in a dimension of beautiful golden red light. I allow myself to be touched, to receive this pure current from the Supreme Being, the Father of all souls. And as I go through my daily activities, meeting people, performing actions, I use this energy in form of courage. Courage to be me, the courage to be true to who I am. Courage to remain respectful, even though No respect is expressed towards me. The courage to remain open-hearted, where I give and receive blessings. I give something of my true self, and I only take into my heart what is of benefit. I stop taking sorrow. God gives me the strength to only focus on what brings benefit, on what makes the heart happy. And so it becomes my duty to look after my own heart and mind, keep that happy, and only share that makes others hearts happy, peaceful, content. The more we stay connected, unified with the Source, the Supreme Being, the more we are able to become light, positive, friendly, much more, and for longer terms or longer times, happy. Om Shanti.